Before we talk about the figures, we must discuss the backstory. So when I was a kid, I got the SPD Blue Ranger motorcycle at Kmart. Didn't know it didn't come with a figure, so when I got home and realized it didn't come with a figure on the box, and it had in fine print, figure not included, I was very disappointed. So we immediately went right back to Kmart, because it was just down the road, and we bought the SPD Blue Ranger figure. And this guy has been one of my favorite childhood, Power Rangers figures ever since. I've always loved him. He's pretty great. No idea where his weapons are. I know I've got his motorcycle somewhere. I actually wish I could have dug it out to try it with the new figure that I'm going to review today. But I couldn't find it. But still, really cool figure. I've always loved the look of the SPD Blue Ranger. So, I knew before it was even revealed that if Lightning Collection made an SPD Blue Ranger, I would buy it. Because Legacy Collection never did. Thankfully, Hasbro finally delivered and brought us the SPD Blue Ranger. Unfortunately, you had to buy another figure to get it. Spoiler alert, if you don't know me already, I don't know Power Rangers, okay? That backstory is all I know about SPD Blue Ranger. That's pretty much it. I did look into this guy a little bit. I actually did research him a little bit. Didn't even research him enough to know his name, besides SPD Blue Ranger. But yeah, I never watched the shows growing up. I just liked the toys. I thought the toys looked cool. That's pretty much my extent of my Power Rangers experience. So I knew Lightning Collection, if they made blue SPD, I would have to get it. And I did. And do I regret having to buy 2 figures to get him? I don't. Because, wow, I love this guy. Because I haven't been collecting this line. I only have one other figure that someone sent me. I haven't been, accustomed to just these blank bodies they use over and over again. It's not like I'm getting tired of it like some other people might be. And I'm not a stickler for accuracy like other people might be. So I haven't been too, invested in all that. So this is the first figure I've bought from the line. And I had to buy the A-Team Ranger because they put it in a 2-pack. I'm not going to lie. I thought about selling the A-Team Ranger at first, but he is... Dude, so the reason why I loved Power Rangers as a kid, the figures, is because they just looked so cool. And he looks so cool. I can't get rid of him, man. I can't do it. They both look so cool. So the backstory that I actually did research, the little bit I know, I don't even know the actual character name of him. So when I show this head, I can't tell you who it is. But... This guy is the A-Team, and the A-Team are basically bullies that betray the SPD Rangers. This is the B-Team, like the young underdogs that have to beat the A-Team to prove that, hey, the A-Team kind of sucks, but also we're good too. And that's what happens. They beat them and blah, blah. Yeah, a little bit of research. This guy's not even human, actually. That much I know, because I wanted to know who that guy is. And I also wanted to know why he has the same helmet as, what was it, Power Rangers in Space? I want to say it's in Space. He has the same helmet design as Power Rangers in Space. I'm pretty sure it's in Space. I think it is. I'm pretty sure. Anyways, but yeah, he's got the cool... Let's talk about him first, because he's not the star of our show. But yeah, he's got the in Space helmet. Unfortunately, mine's a little misaligned with the paint. I wasn't too bothered to fix it, but that is unfortunate. That's one thing where I have always been proud of Bandai with how crisp and clean their paint is. Hasbro has never lived up to that. His armor looks really cool. I wish it was silver instead of the silvery gray plastic, but you can see A right there. I love the look, but you can see where it's uneven, and you can see where there's coats that are going over each other with the white. Ugh, just doesn't look that good. He does have this really cool looking gun though. That looks really sweet. Unfortunately, no trigger finger for it. What? He has no trigger finger. That's... what? Okay. But they probably just reused a hand, let's be honest. But he does come with this blast effect, which you can put at the end of it, which looks suspiciously like an Iron Man effect, but I swear it's not. And there you go, you can have a blast effect with it, and that's cool. And you can have him hold it with 2 hands. And he looks like some cool Power Ranger Trooper dude. So I'm down for it. He just looks nice. He also came with a couple fist hands, which you just got left and right. You know how I feel about fist hands. They're not bad. They exist, but I'm almost never going to use him on any figure I ever get where I have the option. So his articulation's pretty good. He has up and down at the head, no real tilt, but he has a swivel. Hinge up and down at the shoulder, butterfly, bicep, double jointed elbow. His wrists are pretty limited. They're in and out, and I don't know, they just feel really stiff, and I'm kind of scared of them. He has the crunch and the abdomen joint, so he has some of the best torso articulation I've ever seen on a 3 3/4 inch, on a 6-inch figure. He doesn't have like drop down legs or anything, but they can kick forward, out, thigh swivel, double jointed knee works really great, and he's got pretty good ankles too, but they don't move forward too much. So yeah, SPD A-Team Ranger, he's pretty cool. Not something I would have ever bought on its own. Even though I would have looked at it in the store and been like, ooh, he looks cool. But I wouldn't have bought it on its own. But because I was forced to buy it, I like it. And I'm not going to get rid of him. I think he's cool. So that brings us to the B-Team Ranger, aka one of my favorite childhood Power Rangers. So I must address something that was a major disappointment when I got him out of the box. His helmet, just like the A-Team, had some pretty bad paint. And I actually had to go in and repaint. There's like a big line right in the middle where like the coats tried to touch and they didn't. I scraped away that paint and completely painted over it. There's a big like blemish right there that looked way worse before I sanded it down and repainted that. I went over the edges with a black Sharpie because those were all odd. There's a big old gash right there in the helmet. You can see the slight difference in the white paint. And unfortunately, this one I couldn't really fix, but I wasn't too worried about it because I'm almost never going to see it. Big old gash right there in the body. So yeah, that's unfortunate. It's a real disappointment that I had to repaint his helmet right out of the box. I would have never had to do that with Bandai because Bandai's paint is immaculate. Unfortunately, Hasbro's, you can see right there how the paint goes over the line. Hasbro just doesn't, they don't pay that much attention to the helmets. Because, come on, man, Power Ranger helmets are where it's at. And before you say it, I'm pretty sure this is just like the same thing in like a condensed mode. So they probably shouldn't coexist. But whatever, the product images show them together, so I'll do it. I really like this weapon. It's like some sort of blast weapon, I guess. It's like a rifle of some sort. And you can actually use that same effect. They actually have like a smaller hole and a bigger hole. You see that? So you can actually use it with both weapons. That's so cool. That's usually how I display them. I really like that. But let's take that off for the sake of the video because that's kind of going to get in the way. And let's swap his hand. So he does have that cool rifle. He does have this interchangeable hand that can hold that accessory. And this accessory can go in here. I believe it's supposed to like loop in there and then, or no, it like loops in with the trigger part. Then it feeds in there. So you can have that stuck in there. And then he has like an open hand, which is pretty expressive. I like this one. I like that hand. And then he has a karate chop hand, which we'll get to later, because I'll actually put that on. I also forgot this tiny little communicator thing. It was sitting at the, it was off to the side. I forgot about it. It's small, and he can hold it with that open hand. So that's cool. Yeah, it's going in a drawer. And then he has the unhelmeted head, which I'm probably not even going to bother putting on because I'm never going to use it because I don't know who he is because I don't care because I didn't watch the show. But it looks really good. It really does. It looks very, very nice for what it is. Let's get a little closer. Because honestly, for the face print, I'm happy it's not glossy. I'm happy it doesn't, you know, look terrible. How accurate it is to the actor, I wouldn't know. I'm not your guy to talk about that. Because how many times do I need to say it? Anyways, like we got to compare him. We got to compare him. Here it is with my childhood figure. And one thing you may notice right away is that the childhood figure, the old one, is actually missing a bit of paint. It's not really missing it as much as they didn't paint it the right color. See that where it's like the gray, but it's the white here? Isn't that interesting on the helmets? I honestly prefer the color of the old one, I'm not going to lie. The blue. But still, that's really interesting. But you can see where Bandai is just the king of crisp. I've said it before, I'll say it again. They're the king of crisp paint and crisp glossy paint. Just look at that. That is so good looking. But still, the new one's pretty good if you get a good copy. Because I have seen other copies of it. I did see it at Target. The one I saw in the store looked pretty much how my repaint does. It looks fine. But yeah, there we go. Old versus new. Yeah, the old one's pretty, I mean, it can move. It was articulated enough for me as a kid, which is good. It's good that Bandai realized that, hey, kids need articulated figures for Power Rangers. But this guy, articulated to the freaking teeth. He's got the hinge up and down at the helmet, as well as a swivel at the helmet, up and down at the shoulders. Some of the best butterfly joints I've ever seen. Like, that's some really good butterfly joints. He has bicep swivel, double jointed elbow, goes all the way up. His wrists, unfortunately, because of the cuffs, they're a little hindered, but they're not, like, horribly hindered, but they're a little difficult to work with, especially moving up. I feel like the cuff gets in the way of the thumb. You still have the same torso articulation, which is great. Legs can move up. I always think these guys have the move down hips, but that's the G.I. Joe classified. Thigh swivel, knee. I mean, if you know this line, you know the articulation by now. Boot cut. Up and down swivel. Did A-Team have a boot cut? Yeah, he did. I guess I just forgot to mention it. So, this guy's great. He does come with one other accessory, which is honestly, like, maybe my favorite. So, he does come with a karate chop hand, but because it's Power Rangers, he's not just going to do karate chop. Whatever he karate chops is going to blow up. That much I know. That much I know about Power Rangers. So you can kind of get him in this cool, like, yeah pose. And then you get this effect piece where you can get a little slot in it and you can put it in the hand. Like whatever he's karate chopping is just like blowing up with a burst of energy. And that is so sweet. So let's get A-Team in here. Look at that. That is sweet. That is so cool. I love that. That is just so freaking Sentai, dude. I love it. Oh, man. I love the SPD Blue Ranger. I don't know if I'll get any more Lightning Collection figures after this. Maybe if they make Time Force Blue, because I had him on a cup as a kid, and I always liked looking at that cup. That's where I'm at with Power Rangers, man. I didn't watch the show, okay? I had the cups, and I had the toys. But yeah, they're redoing like Ninja Storm. I don't know if I'll rebuy all those because I still love my Legacy Collection figures. I did a whole video talking about that. But my opinion on Lightning has definitely improved. These guys are great. If I would have had the option from day one to go either Legacy or Lightning, I probably would have gone Lightning. But I still love the Legacy stuff. I will still keep that and cherish it because they're big buff like the toys, and that's what I grew up with. But yeah, here we go. SPD, Blue Ranger, B-Team, and A-Team. These guys are cool. I really do. Maybe they're A Squad and B Squad because I keep saying A-Team, and that's a different thing. They're probably A Squad and B Squad. It's probably what they are. I think that's what they are. Alrighty, guys. There you go. Hope you enjoyed the video. The box was really cool on these too. Too bad I don't have the space to keep it and I already threw it out. Alrighty, guys. I'll see you in the next video.